absolutely can format your book in Word for free. There are tutorials, there are templates, there are guides online, but free does not mean effortless. Hi, my name is Jennifer Gregson. I am an indie author and professional formatter who is here to make your indie author journey a little less stressful and a lot more fun. Formatting on your own in Word is fine. You can make a very professional looking product for free using your own time and energy. But you have to make sure you are aware of how much time and energy it's going to take, especially if this is your first book. You need to make sure you understand trim size, bleed, how to deal with images if you have any, how to deal with fonts, weird spacing issues, margins, you name it. There are a lot of things to think about when formatting your book. And that time isn't just time, it's time away from writing and launch plans. Because when you're formatting, it's usually in the same timeline as publishing, launching, getting your ARC team and or street team. There's so many moving pieces that taking 2 to 3 weeks to figure out formatting sometimes slows everything else down. It's not another to-do, it's another project within your overarching writing journey. So what happens if you hire a professional formatter? What are you actually getting? Well, you're getting someone that's very knowledgeable about whatever program they're using. Some professional formatters use Word, but they're very, very good at using Word. I personally use Vellum, which is a Mac-only software. But you're getting someone with knowledge about how to deal with fonts, chapter headings, images, margins, bleeds, making sure everything looks so good that you can't even tell that it's indie formatted versus like professional top 5 traditionally published formatting. Because readers may not consciously notice good formatting, but they will definitely notice bad formatting, and they will mention that in reviews. So hiring a professional, someone that knows their software in and out, can reduce turnaround time. So for me personally, you can give me a novel with very few images and I can have that book formatted and back in your hands in a week. Meaning you will have a folder with all of your files for all of the bookstores plus a paperback in a week. Now, we add images, we add a hardcover, so that's multiple trim sizes. That's going to take a little bit longer, but once you have the main formatting, that's usually not too much longer, but you are adding maybe another week. And having someone that is a professional that knows what kind of files you need is going to cut down on your time when you upload, because you're going to have the exact right files that you need when it comes to Amazon, Kobo, Google Books, Apple Play Store, Draft to Digital, all of the stores. Having someone that you trust who's a professional can help you avoid rejection issues when it comes to uploading day. And uploading day is already a stress-fueled day because you're trying to keep every little thing organized, your title, your subtitles, your keywords, your categories, your other metadata, your description. Having one less thing to worry about is such a huge relief. So who shouldn't hire a formatter? Well, if you love formatting, if you have done it before and that is something that you have a passion for, you like getting your hands sort of dirty in there, mixing it up, great. If you have a graphic design background, you're probably fine. And if you have a lot of extra time that you can devote to figuring things out, Googling things, watching YouTube tutorials, reading online guides, you're probably fine to save a little money and DIY it. So who should think about hiring a formatter? Let's say you're on a launch deadline. Let's say revisions took a little bit longer. Your editor took a little bit longer. Your beta readers took a little bit longer to get back to you than you were expecting. And now you are in a crunch. You might not want to spend 3 to 4 weeks figuring out a formatting software. If you want your book to look super professional, you want to market your book next to all the other traditionally published, the trad published books on the virtual bookshelves, might want to think about hiring out. And if you are just not one of those people that wants to troubleshoot things, if tech is not your strong suit, if figuring out Word or Scrivener to just write your book was enough of a hassle, maybe you don't want to fight with technology to format. Formatting isn't just about making the book pretty. It's giving the readers an experience, something that they can hold in their hands and feel really good about. A lot of things I hear when talking to indie authors about hiring for almost anything, but especially for these kind of formatting decisions is, what if I lose control? And as an indie author, having control of the entire process is one of the main key reasons we chose to be an indie author. And I know for me, someone who is an indie author and also a professional formatter, is I work collaborative, right? I make sure that you are okay with the fonts I choose, that you are okay if I have to make any kind of decisions. I personally send Loom videos. We would have a meeting beforehand. I would upload your book and we would go through it, and I would share my screen and I would take you through options that I think go best for your book. And then you can say yes or no. So when I work with authors, I make sure that they still feel like they are in control of all of the decisions. Another thing I sometimes get is, I don't know what I need. I need to figure all of that out. And I know that I can help you with that. I can help you make decisions about your paperback trim size. I can help you make decisions about how your author bio image looks. I can help you make decisions based on my knowledge of the indie author world and my formatting systems. So you don't have to have everything figured out to come work with me. Or most formatters. You can ask questions and we can collaborate throughout the week I have your book. And another big question is it expensive? And it is an expense, but it really comes down to time versus money versus energy versus worry and stress. And you need to figure out the pros and cons of that. So if you're seriously contemplating formatting your own book, but you're worried and you would like to book a call with me, that's free. Hit the link below in the description box and set up a free call with me and we can discuss. And while we're on that call, if you decide to hire me, we can go ahead and start that process right then and there. And if not, I can walk you through the process. I can make sure that you know that you are on the right path when DIYing your book. So I guess the final question is, why book a call with me? Why hire me, Jennifer Gregson? Well, I am an indie author first and foremost, and I understand the world of indie publishing. I understand you as an indie author and the stresses that you are under during launch planning, launch week, launch month, all of the launch timeline things that need to happen. I understand the chaos around trying to fit formatting into the rest of the to-dos that you have to finish to get your book out on time. And I understand what makes a really good ebook and or paperback so that your files upload with no issues. You do not have any problems when you upload a file. And if for some odd reason you do, you can come back to me. We can fix it very quickly and you can be on your way. You can think of me as a collaborator. If you're still debating and you have questions, you can drop them in the comments below and I will answer here or make a whole video if it's necessary. And I hope to see you on my calendar soon.